Alrighty, let's move into the co-main event of the evening. Tyron Woodley versus Vicente Luque. And oh my goodness, so this was fight of the night, obviously.
Yeah, fight of the night.
And Tyron sprinted across the cage and just instantly threw a giant right hand. Like the one thing we've always wanted. Like, yes, Tyron, you're doing it. You're doing it. Yep. Yes. And oh my goodness, Vicente Luque hit with the precision and the power in the perfectly placed spot. And then they were trading up against the fence, and it looked like either guy was going to go out.
Yep.
God, I was freaking out.
Well, that was the thing. Tyron was catching him, and then Vicente was catching him. But here's the thing. I really do mean this, okay? Tyron Woodley, I know you lost the fight, but thank you. Thank you for throwing that right hand.
Yes.
In trusting in your ability and trusting in your power. I know you lost the fight. That fight could have went either way. But that I honestly feel like was the Tyron that we were missing for so long. Just the guy who's got incredible power, incredible strength, and he finally showed it. And he went out on a shield, okay? He lost the fight.
He did what he had to do.
But he did what he had to do.
Absolutely.
Like, and I feel like that fighter was back. I saw it in Tyron. I really did. Vicente Luque looked phenomenal as well and caught him. I mean, as you said, with the precision striking, it was bonkers. And then, you know, they're both like stumbling around.
They were both wobbling at the same time.
I didn't know who was going to go out.
No, someone was going to, right?
Someone was, yeah.
And then the freaking Vicente Luque well, I don't even know if it was a takedown. It was like a weird scramble, and he got on top and then sunk in the darce almost immediately. Yeah. And we were talking like, oh, I don't know. I
didn't think it was in at first.
And it was tight, dude. It was tight. That was a nasty darce, dude. And which is something we haven't seen from Vicente Luque. Like, I've never seen that man go down to the ground. He is a technical kickboxer.
Yeah.
And to have the ground game and the wherewithal and the submission game just to pull it off against a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, former world champion, so impressive.
And it was such a vet move too, because he knew Tyron was struggling. I mean, Tyron was leaning up against the fence. His hands were down. You could tell he was trying to get his wits about him. Mm-hmm. And the way Vicente Luque knew to be able to throw that darce up, like, it's just, it really is a testament to how underrated Vicente Luque is.
Absolutely.
This dude is the real fucking deal, you guys. Yes, the Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was an anomaly fight, but we're also talking about Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
I don't know about an anomaly. That was just a level to this game. Because,
well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, if you're going to go, if you're going to go in and try to be a technical kickboxer against one of the greatest technical kickboxers the UFC has ever seen, it's like, it's probably going to happen.
Right. And, you know, again, we also have to look at that fight and go, that was a few years ago. That was 2018, 19 when that fight happened?
I think it was 19. It was right at the end of 19.
Yeah, it was about 2.5, 3 years ago. Vicente Luque has only improved since then. He's only improved. He's only gotten better. Hey, Wonderboy Thompson looks good too. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, I would not be opposed to a rematch of these two because Stephen Wonderboy Thompson has been looking for a fight. No one wants to fight the guy. I feel bad. He just
keeps calling out Leon Edwards.
Yeah,
that's what he wants.
That's a great fight too.
That's what he wants. It's not happening.
That's a better fight than Vicente Luque rematch, absolutely, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's look at this division right now. I mean, you have Michael Chiesa at 6, Tyron Woodley, which Vicente Luque just beat at number 7, so he's got to take that 7 spot.
Yeah.
So I mean, who else outside of Michael Chiesa and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson? Jorge Masvidal's got to fight. Leon Edwards is, doing his thing. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen there. And then, Gilbert Burns.
He's the only one in that entire top 5 that would take that fight.
Yeah.
But remember, they are teammates and they're at the same camp.
Yeah.
It's not like that they haven't done that before.
He was literally in his corner.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like they haven't done that before.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if he would keep doing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's got to be tough, man. Just keep fighting your teammates. Like, fuck that.
It's like your friends. Like your best friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's
at some point, you're like, okay, match me up with someone else.
Yeah.
Please, I'm done fighting my friends.
So you have to swipe that name. You can't do Gilbert Burns. There's no one in that top 5 that's going to take that fight.
No.
No one.
Nope.
No one. You got Jorge Masvidal with the rematch. Leon Edwards is not going to fight anybody probably. No. And Colby's not going to fight anybody probably. It's like everyone's just waiting for a fucking rematch with Usman.
That's what's so frustrating.
Every time we talk about it, we just
look and we're like, hey, no one's going to take any fights with anyone, so stalemate division.
Here's the fight. Is Damian Maia retired?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
If you're not doing Chiesa, do Damian Maia. We just saw his jiu-jitsu with the Dar, so let's fucking test that shit.
That'd be nice, but I think, if I'm being honest, and you might disagree with this, Vicente Luque pieces Damian Maia up on the feet.
Oh, probably,
Damian Maia's got to get it to the ground, and I just don't know at his age. I mean, he's 41, 42 years old. Vicente Luque looks great. So, and he's got to get it to the match to even have a chance. I'm telling you right now, if Damian Maia takes that fight, it's a really tough one for him.
Yeah, it's a really rough matchup. It's a rough matchup. So I like the Chiesa fight too. Yep. Like that's really the only two names. Like I want to test this man's jiu-jitsu. You could also do the Neil Magny.
You could.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I do kind of feel bad because you take on number 7 and then you got to go back down to 9. Like,
What if they did a Belal Muhammad Vicente Luque fight? You know, that'd be a big fight for Belal, especially now if Vicente gets to at least 7. You know, he might be 6. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know where that takes Vicente Luque. So he beats Belal Muhammad.
You're right.
What?
And that's the thing with Vicente is he's been fighting unranked fighters forever. And then he finally gets a big fight with Wonder Boy. Okay, back to unranked fighters. Right. And now he gets Tyron Woodley and gets a big victory. So, you know, maybe he is probably just going to wait for a top 5 matchup. Yep. You know, maybe the UFC will have to force Colby Covington or Leon Edwards' hands here. I mean, but Leon Edwards already beat Vicente Luque. So,
so did Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Yeah.
So it's like
you're really things, it's Colby or Chiesa.
It's so it's dude. I got to be honest with you. It's so fucking frustrating that they made this Jorge Masvidal Kamaru Usman fight.
I know.
Because I feel like that fight actually
fucked up the division.
Yeah, it fucked up the division.
Absolutely.
Because Jorge Masvidal does not deserve that shot. We needed the rematch with Colby Covington or the Leon Edwards fight. You could have done Gilbert Burns and Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah.
That would have been a phenomenal fight. That would have been a number 1 contender. You could have done Jorge Masvidal versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Who doesn't want to see that striking matchup?
The matchup was Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. We all thought that was the fight that was going to happen. And you can do the tough coaches because you know they're going to talk shit. Hashtag super necessary.
Shit. So much shit.
It's like it was all set up.
Yep.
It was all set up. And then Dana White fucking... I didn't even press it.
There you go.
I don't give a fuck.
We know. It's all about the money. It's all about the money.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I am glad that fight is next month, so it's like we can get
it over it.
Yeah, we can get over it, and then we can actually, you know, get the division back to normal, hopefully. But this Jorge Masvidal matchup is such a, I don't want to be hyperbole here, but it is just kind of, it's kind of gross. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel good. I
agree 100%. Jorge didn't even take a fight. If he would have gotten one victory if he would have fought Jeff Hands of Steel Neal, who isn't even in the top 10, and beat Jeff's Hands of Steel Neal, and then they made the Usman
You could have made a better case. I would have been like,
okay, yeah. I wouldn't be as pissed.
But here's the problem that I have, and I know we always go back to it. Jorge Masvidal lost that fight 50-43. And don't tell me, it was only 6 days notice. Jorge Masvidal was training for a fight to begin with, guys. And you know what? The exact same thing is going to happen again with Kamaru Usman. Colby Covington deserved that rematch more.
Absolutely.
Okay? That fight was phenomenal. I mean, it was 2-2 going into the 5th, and then Kamaru Usman doing what the champ does.
Yeah,
Finish Colby. Unquestionably, but it was a phenomenal fight all the way up until that point.
Absolutely.
Man. How do you not give that guy the rematch, but you give the guy who lost 50-43, who had 10-8s, and didn't win a single round, you give him the rematch. Get out of here with that, man.
What fight were we even talking about?
They are lucky. They are lucky that card is so incredibly stacked with incredible female fights.
Absolutely.
Outside of that, dude, those two were phenomenal fights. But then the main event, I'm just going to be like, all right, here we go. 5 rounds of, Kamaru Usman taking him down. All right, this is a lot of fun. You know. And then what is Jorge Masvidal going to have 2 straight losses and then fight Nate Diaz for the BMF belt? It's like, How do you call yourself the baddest motherfucker when you lose twice to the champ?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Makes it tough.
Yep. Let's get back to Tyron and Vicente because we just went on a tangent. We just went on a tangent there, but it's good. It's great for content. Yep. Tyron retire? Does he retire after this?
I think he needs to.
Needs to.
Well, it's just, 4 losses in a row. What are you fighting for?
I hope he doesn't. You want to know why? It's because he ain't making no fucking money with his rap career. I said this last time. It's horrible, dude. So anything to keep this man out of the studio, please, Tyron, keep fighting. Stay out of the studio, my guy.
Poor bastard.
I'm not even. I'm dead ass serious, my guy. Stay out of the studio, please, Tyron. Just keep fighting. Just keep fighting.
Or
Go to
be a movie
Bellator.
star. You know, a lot of fighters become movie stars, and I actually don't mind it. Honestly, I like seeing fighters in movies. Like, I guess GSP's in the new Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, he's reprising his role. I like to see UFC fighters act, as long as it's not like a lead role.
Yeah.
It's like you need some acting classes before you do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, go be in movies. Go enjoy life with your family. Like, we have to look at Tyron Woodley's career and still understand that he was such a dominant champ at welterweight for so long.
And he's a good analyst.
Yeah, he is a great analyst.
He's a good analyst, so I mean, he could
is.
always do that.
Yeah, he's got a career in the UFC outside of fighting, man.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is extremely talented. He might not be talented in the musical aspect of things, okay? But outside of that, like, you cannot deny how influential Tyron Woodley has been to this sport.
Yep.
You can't. So, I mean, Tyron, you don't have to fight anymore. You made your point. You were a dominant welterweight champion, and it is what it is. Like, Father Time is undefeated. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's just time to hang up the gloves.
Yeah. Yeah. Scott Coker, hit him up.
Yeah. No shit, right?
Hit him up, my guy.
And Dana White said he wants him to retire, too. He said, what, is Tyron 39 years old?
Just
and
watch
that was 4 in a row?
Just watch. They'll still give him another fight.
Yeah, they probably will.
You never know.
I mean,
if Tyron wants it, I'd say do it.
That's the thing. Can Tyron Woodley still fight?
Absolutely. And I think he could still be
can.
competitive.
Yeah. It's just my question with fighters at this point in their careers, what are you fighting for? And you can have an answer, but just make sure that answer is very solidifying and you know exactly what you're fighting for. Because realistically, if Tyron Woodley takes a couple more fights, he's never fighting for the belt again. So Are you fighting it because you love the sport? Are you fighting for a paycheck? Or are you fighting because, like, you can't do anything else and you want to just... You want to go out with a win. And that's very understandable. Like, he definitely can, but just know what you're fighting for.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what it is. Let's get into our church coin bets and move on. I'd put 100 on Woodley. I tried, and it looked like he was about to. It really did look like he was doing everything right. And, you know, if he did get the finish and he did KO Vicente Luque, we would be having a completely different conversation,
Absolutely.
Right?
And he definitly could have.
And he almost did.
Yep,
he fucking went for it, so that's all I could have really asked
Hats
for.
off to him.
Yeah.
Yep. I put 510 church coin on Vicente Luque, so I won 189 church coin.